All right, all right, all right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And tonight I'm going to be talking about a very serious situation. I think foundational black Americans have put themselves in a not so great situation, especially the black male. I think the black male in America, the foundational black American male, I think he's pee whipped, and I think he's become a follower of his woman and not a leader. I feel like the foundational black American male doesn't show any sense of leadership. I think his desperation for a woman has made the women put him as like a little puppy dog. Uh, to the point where I believe the black man in America, his woman can threaten him with another man. In other words, if he doesn't run behind her the way that she wants, she'll go to somebody else. And I feel like the foundational black American man chases women too much. And I think their desperation for women is making their own economical situation horrible. I think it's putting him in a position where other races doesn't respect him because he doesn't have the ability to boycott anything because he won't sit down and make businesses respect him because he's running behind a woman, and so he has to go outside every weekend behind the women. And I think the foundational black American male, by running behind the women, he has no respect from the other males from the other races. They don't have to respect him because no matter what they do to him, he's going to run behind a woman and he's still going to give them his money. And so, in these situations where we're having these problems with these businesses, they don't have to respect you because they know you're going to come back and spend your money because you chase women. You're a weirdo and you don't have any backbone. So, we're going to get into that. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. We're going to break it down. This is going to be a little harsh, but not as harsh as what these Asians and Hispanics have just recently been saying about you. They're saying you're not going to do nothing. They're saying you're not going to boycott Asians. You're not going to boycott Hispanics. You're going to come right back and spend the money. That's what I just watched about 9 videos. And they said they don't care nothing about you being upset with that Asian for what he did to that black boy because you're going to come right back. They said it straight out. They said they don't need you. They don't care. One of them said they live around whites, so they don't care. One of them said, we got our own Chinatown and our own businesses, so we don't care. That's what they're saying. They said, we don't care nothing about you. We don't need you. You need us. That's straight up what they said to the black male. Right in your face. In front of your woman and in front of your children. That's what they said to the black male. I just watched a bunch of videos on that. That's what they said. They said you're not going to do nothing. And I know why they said it, because the black man doesn't have the backbone to boycott. No boycott recently worked. What happened to the black woman not going to the African shops? Nothing. Disappeared. They right back up in there. You're going to go right back to the Arab stores, right back to the Asian stores, right back to the Hispanic stores, white stores. You're going to go right back. They already know you're going to go back. Because for one, you got a bunch of black men on social media that go right against you. They'll be over here soon. There'll be black men here soon. Want to argue what I'm saying? I'm telling you straight up. And social media is giving them the sense to be able to say stuff they can't say face to face also. So they can get on social media and be as disrespectful as they want. A lot of times they're using fake identification and all that. But I'm in Chicago, so he could be way in San Francisco talking reckless. It used to be a time he couldn't talk to me unless he was right in Chicago, standing right here, where he wouldn't be willing to talk like that. But now the black man that's a sellout, he can use social media and say, yeah, I'm a sellout, straight up. And the women pretty much run you. So you can't keep them in order. Because if you don't do it, she'll find somebody else. She'll find a sucker that will. So you can't get your woman to sit down to build respect for black people, because there's a bozo that's going to take her out regardless. Then we'll infiltrate her by a bunch of blacks that ain't foundational black Americans. They slow and don't have no respect. They don't even give no respect where they came from. So you can't depend on them. You can't depend on blacks that didn't even stand up where they was at and ran over here. How can you know what I'm saying? They can't even control their own homeland. So you can't think they're going to run over here to run from their problems wherever they from and come over here and have a backbone when they don't got no backbone where they from. And they get some backbone towards us when they get over here, but they ain't got no backbone wherever the hell they came from. They ain't nothing where they came from. They just something on social media. I'm telling you the truth. The amount of Africans that be on social media talking crazy, as messed up as Africa is it's mind blowing. And like where you get all this energy from, as raggedy as your country is. Make it make sense. So I'm going to talk about this because I've seen some Hispanics and some Asians just talk to black foundational black Americans like you ain't going to do nothing. That's what I just watched them. I just watched that. And it was like the Asians like, you ain't going to do nothing. We own all this stuff and you got to come and spend with us. and you ain't going to do nothing, and we don't care. Facts. And they got a whole bunch of black men that's going to talk crazy to their own people too. Yeah, they'll be over here before the video is over. Then we got a bunch of men, as far as foundational black Americans, in our business. We don't know where these men are from. They look black, right? And so black immigrants kind of are a problem because they can look like foundational black Americans and talk like foundational black Americans and not tell you they're not foundational black Americans and make it look like they're representing foundational black Americans and can disrespect their own people because you think that's their people, but the whole time they not you. So they pretending they black Americans, being disrespectful to black Americans, but they not really black Americans. So a lot of that disrespect is because they not who they pretending to be. And so foundational black Americans got to make a serious decision. Are you willing to shut everything down and see? Because to me, I said, everybody playing with us, let's just shut down and see. Let them make them stand on it. Don't buy no new cell phone if your cell phone working. Only get a new cell phone if you absolutely have to. Not if you can't do what I'm saying here. No. No, if you can't do what I'm saying, you can't do nothing. On social media, you don't know what they look like. Over on YouTube, I don't know. Like, look at your picture. I know what you is. Rest my case. I have to assume you're one of us, but there's no proof. There's no proof you're a male or nothing. And you could be a white Eskimo. What are you? See, I don't know. I don't know what you is. I don't have no proof of who you are. So what you mean you can tell what they are? I can't even tell what you are. You're in the conversation like you're one of us, but all I see is red and white and brown. I don't know who you are. How I know you ain't no African, or no Caribbean, or no Eskimo, or no German, or no European, pretending you us. I'm just saying. Right. And parents, and this is your appearance though. This is your appearance. This is your social media appearance. I don't know if you understand that. You're compensating, and this is your appearance. Is this not your social media appearance? I'm confused. It's even worse because you don't even have an appearance and you're speaking. So that's even worse than somebody that's an African and we think they're a black American. What's worse is we don't know who the hell you are. And that's even worse. Because just anybody could be in our conversations. We don't even know who the hell they are. Anybody could just be representing us. We don't know who they are. Anybody could be speaking on our plight. We don't know. We don't know who they are. So it's easy for us to be misrepresented. Everything on social media. That's my point. My point was well made. We don't know who's speaking for us and who's speaking against us and who's who. All right? So we don't know. So I'm going to break this down because we're looking at a serious dilemma and a serious problem. Something I've really been noticing for a long time. There is some type of social sickness with foundational Black Americans where they feel like they don't want to miss something or something like that. Right? They're like, they want to, I don't know, it's something strange. It's just like if you say boycott, they don't want to boycott. They're like, I want to live my life. And they feel like they gotta go somewhere. And there's no limit to it. It's not like it's said in any kind of way that makes some sense. So when they say they gotta live your life, they pretty much mean every week. They pretty much mean constantly go and throw money to the system, basically. And the excuse they make is you gotta live your life. And so foundational Black Americans make money, throw so much money into the system every day, every night, just constantly, which is adding to obesity because they're eating too much, adding to all kind of medical conditions because they're consuming bad stuff, adding to alcoholism because our social activities aren't positive. They're not positive social activities. I mean, I can't see much things that I could do with to hang out that would be positive. Seriously. Almost everything we do is negative economically or negative physically. Pretty much. It's really some type of sickness. It's almost like you go to work and now you feel like you just gotta find something to do. So foundational Black Americans force the issue to do something, and they'll just go to anything pretty much and pretend they're having a good time. I mean, any kind of anything they'll go. They'll go. I'm gonna go down to the air show. I'm gonna go to anything they'll go. You know, the women say I got to get out the house. It's a constant saying. So our behavior has made people disrespect us. You know, they got the attitude. Oh, they ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, I watched that tonight on like 5 videos. It was deep. The attitude of other races and people is like, you're not going to do nothing. No matter how much they disrespect you, no matter if the little boy got shot over a bottle of water, whatever, you ain't going to do nothing. You're going to come right back to their stores. You're going to come right back and buy their products. You don't own nothing. You don't run nothing. Their attitude is you're a nobody. They saying it right in your face. Think I'm lying? Go watch the videos about the court case with the little boy being shot over the bottle of water and just see what they're saying about you. Right to the whole world. They saying that right in your face. It's deep. And one guy say, well, we live in white neighborhoods anyway. We don't even live around you. We don't care. That's what he was saying. We run we got our own stuff. We got our own Chinatown. We got our own Asian town. We got our own Hispanic. That's what they were saying. Because when you look, there is no foundational Black American town or nothing. You go to Little Italy, you go to Chinatown, you go, but you don't have there's nothing black that matches Chinatown. What's the black version of Chinatown? It ain't one. You don't have no town. All your money goes in the white town, with whites and everybody else. For the black man, he's shown his woman to look like you're doing something. You got to go spend your money with somebody else. You got to have on somebody else's clothes. You got to go to somebody else's restaurant. That's when you're living good. Other people, they living good when they got their own restaurants. The black man, he feel he living good when he got on somebody else's shoes. When he got on Italian shoes or something, or Italian belt, or some French clothes or something. He's doing good when he's got on somebody else's clothes, somebody else's car. He's at somebody else's restaurant. Yeah, they say they're independent. They make everything for us. We don't make nothing. They don't have to buy nothing from us. They ain't lying. They don't have to buy anything from us. But 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 what they really saying is that you don't know how to stop spending with them because they're not right. Because you can shut all that down. You can shut all that down. Because even though you buy an iPhone, if you keep that iPhone 4 or 5 years and everybody don't buy one, they will crawl back. You don't have to go to Chinatown. Okay? You don't have to go to Chinatown. You can cook. Your woman could cook. You don't have to give them a quarter. You don't have to give them anything. They can't make it. Even though you buy an iPhone, if you don't keep buying them and you keep the one you got, they will go out of business. You don't have to give them nothing. They think you do, but you really don't. That's a mixed calculation on their part. So they know you don't have to. What they're saying is you're addicted and you will would be the proper term. You will spend with them, but have to, that's false. You don't have to. If you went out twice, 2 or 3 times a year, they would go broke. They'll go broke. If you didn't jump on them planes and visit relatives for a couple of years, they'll go broke. All you gotta do is just sit down, enjoy your home. You really don't need, if you got clothes, you really don't need new clothes constantly. If you got a closet full of clothes, why are you still buying clothes, buying clothes, buying clothes? You really don't need them. To be honest with you, many times you're just buying a new car for nothing. It wasn't wrong, nothing wrong with the other one. You just wanted to trade it in, and you just something's wrong with you. You really don't have to support nothing that they do. Basically, they just think that because they've never experienced you shutting down, so they don't know uh, if they could be shut down or not. It's yet to be seen if we could shut their money down, which we can. We can shut your money down. We can make it slow up so much it's not going to sacrifice your economic needs, that's for sure. And those Asian products, we could stop buying them so much that would definitely destroy their economy. That's a fact. No ifs, ands, and buts. Because they don't own Apple. They're workers. So they ain't Apple. Apple's a white company. They're just talking, basically. But the reason they doing that, because you're some suckers. You understand? Asians serve us food that okay, let me address that. Asians serve us authentic food, but they're serving us authentic American Asian food. When the Chinese was on the railroad, they supplies used to come out, and to make the supplies last, they would chop up the meat and chop up the vegetables and put it with a whole lot of rice and serve it to the men that worked on the railroad. So when they say Chinese food is not what they eat in China, that's a little bit of misinformation because Chinese food that we eat was created here. So it's definitely authentic American Chinese food that's good and that was made to save uh, food for the workers on the railroad. So when they try to make it sound like, oh, they just making us some junk, no, this is authentic, Americanized Chinese food made by Chinese in America on the railroad out west to chop the egg up, to chop the food up, to make it stretch. And is many times much better tasting than Chinese food in China. The Americanized Chinese food is way better than the Chinese food in China. That's for sure. So that's like misinformation when they try to make you think, oh, they just making that up here. No, that's old. That food goes all the way back to the railroad, all the way back 1700s, 1800s food. So it's not like no new stuff like that. It's a traditional Chinese food made by Chinese in America. That's why it's Chinese food, because they used to be the cooks on the railroad. And they used to have the opium dens, and they were slaves. They were slaves too. They were slaves. They had a different job than we had. They were servants for the Europeans. That's why the Japanese and now, that's why they wanted reparations. So we have these people basically they threw the ball in the black man's court. They told the black man, "You're not gonna do nothing. You're gonna bring your woman right back to eat where we at. You're gonna go right back and buy everything we got right in your face." And this attitude is something I've been seeing for a long time. I've been seeing it for a long time. And I just was like, it's been irritating to watch the social structure of foundational Black Americans. Their social structure is shot to hell. They're just chasing it, chasing it. And they go to so much stuff that ain't worth going to. Just to get out the house, they'll go to anything. It doesn't be fun or nothing. They'll go to like anything. It don't even be fun. It's just this weird mentality to get out the house. And will go to any type of garbage, anything. Anything. You can take the foundational Black American woman out on the weekend to some garbage festival, and all she is just happy she's out the house. The festival don't have to be nothing. It doesn't have to be nothing of any type of interest. It doesn't have to be fun or nothing. It's just the slave mentality to get out the house. Foundational Black Americans that go out for 12 months, they only have a good time about 4 or 5 times out of all the, yeah. Well, they'll say, no, we have more of a good time. No, the rest of them good times is disguised with alcohol. You're drunk. That's why alcohol comes in. Alcohol gives you the feeling that you had a good time because you're drunk. You didn't have a good time. You was drinking. You didn't have no good time. You was drinking and fooled your mind that you having a good time because you're all bubbly and drunk. You did not have a good time because they began. It used to be a bar and a saloon, but they used to have women dancing and stuff in there in the West to make it seem like it was fun. When you started getting up to Chicago in the 70s, they started having like a 2-drink minimum. And so when you went to the club, they would have these parties at these hotels in the banquet room, and they would have liquor in there. It's like a 2-drink minimum. And so the DJ and the dancing covered the fact that the main reason you're there is to drink. And so they disguise alcoholism as a party. But the party is designed for alcoholism. So if you go to any of these clubs in Chicago, get there about 2 in the evening and park in front, you're gonna see the truck come and you're gonna see them loading the liquor in for the suckers to come to that night and have fun. But what you're really doing is helping them sell liquor. And the music and all that is just cover to sell the liquor. The money is made off the liquor. You just go a drunk, alcoholic. And alcoholism disguised as having fun, basically. So you're not going to stop doing that. You do that around the clock. Around the clock. The man doesn't have no control of the woman. And then the man's not running the business. He's a worker, and he's a worker for the daytime businesses that that makes money to spend with the weekend businesses and the night businesses. So you're basically going to get money to give to the clothing industry, to give to the bars, to give to the restaurants. So you basically are working for them. You're going to get the money to give it to them. You're not going to get the money to put it up to build up some money to open up your own stuff. No. You go get the money over here and you give it to them over there. And then next week you go get the money over here and you give it to them. And you go get the money and you give it to them. So they looking at you like you ain't gonna do nothing but go get your money and give it to us. Basically. And it's just a cycle. So it's a cycle of no independence. Because if you get money and you're not putting it into foundational Black American structures and business, then you're a sucker. So now these people, they see that and they talking to you real greasy because they know you ain't gonna never save up no money to have your own phone. You ain't gonna save up no money to build your own automobile. You ain't gonna save up no money where you could be a company to be building homes. They know you just get the money, you give it to the whites, the Hispanics, and the Asians. You give it all. You get them all your money, and now they talking to you real greasy. They saying you ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, straight out. They saying you ain't gonna boycott nothing. You ain't gonna boycott. You gonna be back. You broke. You ain't own nothing. You don't make nothing. You got to get everything from us. Telling you right, it's crazy. I'm just watching it. Like no respect. And they saying black people, but they not talking to black people. They talking to the black man because you the leader. They disrespecting the black man. And they like, y'all got sucker black men that's going to agree with us. Because want to be over here before. Yeah, a black man to come and agree with them. Yeah. And they don't respect him. They're not going to respect him. He think he gets some brownie points by agreeing with him, but they looking at him like, huh, you worse than that? You the worst one. I just watched it. I just not could believe they was talking to black people like that. They say you gonna come right back and spend money with us. They're like, the one dude, he said, we live, the Asian dude, he said, we live in white neighborhoods. We don't even live around you. I was tripping. It's crazy, ain't it? I couldn't believe it either. I couldn't believe it. Just talking to us crazy. Crazy. Which there is going to be backlash for that, but they ain't going to talk about that part because there is people going to see that, and then when they bump into those people out at these clubs and stuff, you know, yeah, the Asian do like that. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing he, in some ways, he putting Asians in harm's way. 'Cause, there's some dudes gonna bump into some Asians, and if they get into it, the brother's gonna take all that he said into consideration. See what I'm saying? It ain't as sweet as what he think. He even have to be careful if he's recognized by some black people. Like, ain't that the dude was talking crazy? See what I'm saying? It ain't sweet as what he was saying it is. But he'll find that out. But it touched a note with me because it's something I've been having a problem with. I can't get black people to sit down. Black people have a going problem. I don't understand why blacks go so much and they don't even be going nowhere. I don't understand why they always drinking. You understand? I don't understand why black people always constantly looking for something to do, like it's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's something wrong with you. It's like you have some type of hole missing in your soul or something. Because you just gotta go somewhere. And it's like I've been in situations where if I don't want to go, they'll try to play me like they'll try to play me like you got to live your life, but what they want to go to be trash. It don't be like nothing that you don't want to miss. It don't be nothing. Because I like to go to nice things too, but they just want to go to anything. That's what be confusing. It don't even be really nothing. Like what they want to go to be trash. I'll be honest with you. It does not be something that you had a great experience in your life. It don't. The party don't even be no party. It be whack. That's the thing. It don't be like you leave and say, "Oh, that was a great party." It be nothing. Because anybody realistic know that out of a whole year, you'll be lucky if you can go to two good parties. There's not there's not no lot of good parties. Like anybody that really be outside, no. Come on, man. Most times you be lucky if you go to one really good party that you was glad you went to. The rest of that stuff don't be nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. I kid you not. Am I lying? Am I lying? When you go to like events, listen, if you went to the movie every month, 12 times a year, if you went to a movie, how many good movies will you see? One. You'll be lucky if one movie be good. Am I lying? If you went to the movie to a different movie every month, you will be lucky if one of them is any good. You damn sure ain't gonna see three good ones. You might see two out of a year, maybe. The rest of them, I mean, I keep it real. You ever you got cable and stuff, and you go watch old movies, and what you say? I'm glad I didn't pay to go see that. Yeah, you be like, hey, y'all be watching. I got the TV right here with all the movies. You know, they have all the old movies. You can go to, you can go and you can see all them old movies, and you watch it, and you go, what do you be saying? Man, I'm glad I didn't go see that. The series be better than the movies. Like some Shaolin Japanese series be great. The movies, I had my grandson over here. That's the only time the TV on. So my grandson watched one of them little cartoons like Panda Bear. So he watched the Panda Bear. So after he watched the Panda Bear, he wanted to watch another one. So he watched the other one. It's gonna come to me. And do you know they was the same movies with different animals and different villains? It was the same. Listen, it was the same everything, just different animals, different villains. Kung Fu Panda, and then he watched another one. The other one was somebody else. But it was the same movie, the same corny jokes, the little jokes the characters tell. I mean, it was the same thing. I couldn't believe it. I just watched them the same night. Yeah, with Sonic the Hedgehog and Kung Fu Panda, and it was the exact same movie. I kid you not. It was the exact same. The villain, the this, the that, the guy that helped him go get something. I mean, it was the same. They just with different cartoons, a different villain, but the same thing, the same corny jokes. The bad guys acted the same way. The stupid guy acted the same way. It's like it was the exact same thing. They just switched out the characters and made the what they was out to do different. This one's out to look for the red mound, and this one's out to look for the orange bull. Like, oh my soul, I swear to God. I just looked. The first one was good, but the second one was the first one. So the second one was not good. I was like, this is the same thing. And my grandson was eating it up. He didn't even know. I said, these people, boy, they just taking your money for nothing. So we got all these people, they playing in our faces. They saying we're gonna come back and spend money with them anyway because the African braiding salons, the black women dropped the ball on that. They didn't stick with that. They went right back, just like they gonna do on this one. You go right back, and they know you coming back. You're going right back. The men, they so desperate to be with a female that they'll just do anything on a date. Just anything. So they can definitely exploit the foundational Black American male because he's trying to go on these dates. And the foundational Black American male has totally destroyed itself as far as dating because he's made the women more powerful than him. So the whole essence of a black dating and is the man just kissing ass, like kiss her ass so she like you. Basically, just I, just you so desperate for sex, you don't gotta do nothing. You gotta jump and flip and everything to see if she gonna let you have sex. Basically, basically, it's basically. So then, if you're doing that, then the people that provide the dating, they can run over you. And the other races that control the places you go for the date, they already know you got to come back because they know your whole dating experience. You don't own nothing that you go to. Everything you got to go through them. So you can't boycott. You understand? And that's because you're not a good man. You're not a good woman. A lot of times you're weirdos. And you don't have a family structure. You don't have a family structure. That's why so many children are getting touched because you just leave your babies with anybody. You leave your babies. Some of these women, they leave their children every weekend with somebody. They're saying, my sister gonna watch the kids. My mama gonna watch. You know what I'm saying? The kids don't get no attention from you. Yeah, for dates. Exactly. They already know you coming for dates. They already know you're gonna buy their phones. They already know you're gonna come to their businesses regardless. Why? Because you don't have no foundational Black American structure. You understand? The Africans in the U.S. will lose all of that. They will not have a family structure soon. They will not. They only got a family structure because they ain't been here long enough. When the Africans and the Caribbeans and them come, their family structure will be gone. These young Asians and Hispanics, their family structure will be gone too. They got a big surprise coming. Their son gonna come home with a man and say, "Daddy, I'm gay." That's a fact. The Asians popping off. Their son gonna come home with a man. Say, "Daddy, I'm gay. I want to be a girl." They're gonna F around and find out. You know what I'm saying? I already know. They just popping it off. A lot of them are, yeah. But us, we play too much. Now, growing dreadlocks helped me see all this because when I started growing dreadlocks, they didn't want to hire me. So now I'm young 20s, they don't want to hire me. So I had to create my own lane. And so by the time I got to LA, I started to sell incense, body oils. I went to Hawaii, I grew, I came back, found out that the whole black conscious novelties was big. So I'm selling t-shirts, just making thousands of dollars. I had to figure out how to work for myself. So from 19, I've been working for myself since like 1978. So I don't have the slave mentality because what black American men don't know is one of the prime businesses is making money when people get paid. So there's a big difference in going and working a job and getting paid than being the ones that make the money after everybody get paid. He talked about this in Baby Boy. See, there's two businesses. Well, there's two ways of making money. There's the slave type mentality where you go to work. Then there's the businesses that serve you when you get off work, right? So there's businesses that serve you when you get off work. You understand? And that's where the other nationalities beat us at because they get into the businesses that you need off work, like cell phones and clothing and things like that. This is how they make a large portion of, right? Like dude said, you got to come to our restaurants. That's money. You go to work and make money, and then you bring it to them. And the black man, he ain't picked up on that part. He's the one that go make money and bring it to people. He's not the one that get the money from the people when they go make it. That's where our mistake is at. Our mistake is we're going to get the money and bringing it to people. We're not collecting the money, have people bring us the money. We, you know what I'm saying? So that's the hard thing dealing with a lot of black women because they notorious for going to get money and giving it away as fast as they possibly can. Notorious. That's all she do is go get money to give it to somebody else. She's a professional socializer and always broke, always struggling. And if you follow the trail of the money that the black woman is spending, it's going to everybody. It ain't going to nobody black. Not really. And so now she's raising the boy, so the boy's the same way because mommy taught him that. Mommy taught him to shop like a girl, to act like a girl. So now these people is totally disrespecting us, saying we don't care if you're not gonna boycott Asians because you're gonna come give us your money. Say it right to our faces. That's what he said. That man said, I watched the guy tonight. He said, you're gonna bring that money and give it to us anyway. It was deep. I was like, what the hell? So nobody respects uh, us as foundational black Americans to the point where they're foreigners. So the black foreigners, the Africans and Caribbeans, they are copying the Asians and Hispanics. That's where the disrespect comes from the Africans. even though Africa's dusty and broke and letting everybody rob them. You understand? Africans is in no position to talk. They just be talking because these other immigrants, non-blacks, look at the Africans the same way. They just too stupid to know it. And nobody respects Africans. Africans are the people that you go steal the resources from to get the money. So I don't know. Africans really need to shut up because black Africans are really ground zero of the problem because this is where they stealing all the natural resources from them and they're putting them in power. The Chinese is there taking everything. The Asians is there sucking Africa dry. The Europeans sucking Africa dry. The Hispanics. You'll be surprised. Sucking Africa dry. The Africans running their mouth. What can they say? All of the elements in the phone to make it work, they stealing from you Africans. All of the stuff and all of the iron ore to make the cars, they stealing it from you. There is no cars without robbing Africans. There is no space shuttle. There is none of that special metal to go to space. They stealing all that from the Africans. And then using that to exploit the other blacks around the world. Basically, the Africans are the number one people that's allowing the exploitation by giving them all this access to all these natural resources. I ain't standing on nothing. That's a whole nother video. But the thing is, with me, my frustrations with black Americans is they just won't sit down nowhere. That's what makes dating not so attractive to me, because they just gonna want to run around. That's it. It's not gonna be economical. It's always gonna be goofy. It's always gonna be playing. Basically, it's the relationship for black people is walking around on the beach or walking around at always something that ain't got nothing to do with no economics. It's always totally oblivious to economics. We ain't gonna have no money. We just gonna hold hands and walk on the beach. We ain't gonna have no money. We just gonna be on dates. There ain't no talk about getting no money. It's just talk about doing nothing. We don't gotta spend no money. We could just walk around. You spending money anyway. So where's the money gonna come from while we walking around? How's the bills gonna be paid? Because walking around ain't gonna pay the bills. And what's wrong with you where you want to go to work and walk around? You want to go to work and then go here. You want to go to work and go there. And that's the difference between foundational black Americans and everybody else, because other people, they go get the money and go sit down. Go get the money, sit down. Go get the money, sit down, and stack the money. Foundational black Americans, you go get the money, throw it away. Go get the money, throw it away. Yeah, go. I got to go somewhere. I got to go somewhere. I got to go somewhere. And you can talk to somebody, all they talk about is the weekend going somewhere. Then the week comes, then they all down and out quiet. And then next weekend, what they talking about? Going somewhere again. And then they go down, and then Thursday, Friday come, go somewhere. Then down and out, go somewhere. Then down and out, go somewhere. Every week. And if they don't go nowhere, they really gonna go somewhere next week. And where they be going? Nowhere. The hype be before they go somewhere. After they go, what was it? There's no hype. They never no hype when they get back. It's always quiet when they go back. Am I lying? It's more, all the hype is gone. There's no excitement after they went and did it. It's like coming because it was whack. It was trash. It was whack. It was straight trash. It wasn't worth nothing. I very seldom hear somebody that goes somewhere say anything great about where they went. Seriously. Because there's not, in a year, there might be two really great things to go to. Because if you've seen the Blue Man Group last year, you don't want to see them no more ever. Unless I'm lying. Am I lying? You want to go back and see that? You've been there, done that. Who gonna go back to see that again? Some blue dudes doing weirdo stuff. Who gonna go see that again? But a fool. Typically, the most righteous things to do is take it to children to experience things. Typically, most of the things my parents did was for me and my sister's experience, to go to the zoo, to go to the circus. They wasn't no big ass goofies trying to go to stuff. They was trying to take their children to stuff. But now we got a generation don't want to have no babies. They got a big ass man in his 20s, and he the one trying to go. He ain't trying to take his children nowhere. It's the weirdest thing. He ain't, a lot of times ain't got no children, or the children stuck with the baby mama, and these men don't take their children nowhere. If they even got some. And some of them, then now when they go out, they going out with men. They ain't even got no wives like that, no strong relationships or nothing. So these people have just, I watched them just totally disrespect foundational Black Americans over this Asian hurting this dude, and both situations that we recently been talking about, but especially with the Asian shooting the boy over, they talking crazy. They like, what you gonna do about it? And basically, they coming on saying, what you mean boycott us? You can't boycott us. That's what the Asians say. They say, you're gonna talk about the boycott us. You can't boycott us because you don't make nothing. You don't do nothing. All you do is party and spend money. You don't make anything, so you gotta come get it from us. We make stuff. You don't. Right in your face, they told you. Now these are men talking to foundational Black American men, tell you right to your face, you don't make nothing. Your people gotta come and get everything from us. Right to your face. And he ain't lying, because the Asian man could get together and do stuff, but the Black man, you can't work with him. The Black man, he don't know how to get together as a group and compete with another group. See, the Asians get together as a group and compete with another group. The Black man get together as a group and argue within the group. And they get together with the group and be like, but this, we should have did it like this. And it did. I don't, they don't get together and compete with the other group. They destroy the group. The group don't even get together, because early, the first couple meetings, some Black man gonna bring up some bozo nonsense But why we can't do it like this, and why we can't do it like that, and why you the lead, and why, you know what I'm saying? And whatever you try to do, gonna get lost in the sauce. You ain't gonna even get to talk about what you trying to build or nothing, because they ain't gonna concentrate on the mission. They gonna concentrate on him and what you said and this one, and like little girls, basically. Yeah, it's gonna be over right away because they do not have the concept to get together and put nothing together. Other people, they know how to be quiet. They get together. This one is that. This one's that. This one that. Let's work. Everybody play their position and work. They don't argue about who is the head, who is the head, who is second, who is third. They don't give a damn. They just get together and make it happen. With the black man, he don't want to compete with nobody else. He want to compete with the black men that he's supposed to be working with. When I put a company together, the black man gonna call. They only competition is with me. They is not gonna think about us putting a business together to compete with nobody. He coming to the meeting to compete with me. As soon as he get there, it's all in his mind when he get there. How many questions he gonna ask me? How he gonna ask me 1,000 questions? As soon as he get there. As soon as the black man get to the meeting, the only thing he want to know is questions about us. Dude I know still ordering Chinese food. A dude you know still ordering Chinese food. I understand. You say, dude I know still ordering Chinese food. Well, you're going to order Chinese food because you don't make no food. And this is what the Chinese dudes is telling you. You have to order Chinese food. You have to order other people's food because you don't have no restaurants. This is why they saying this. You have to get a phone from them because you don't make no phones. You have to buy a car from them because you don't make no cars. You've let the world see that you don't produce nothing. So they don't got to respect you. You don't build homes. You don't sell homes. You don't build automobiles. You don't build motorcycles. You don't have grocery stores. You don't have gas stations. You don't have nothing. Because the black man, all he like to do is argue with the other black man. That's his occupation. He does not have a certain concept. He has a little bitty gang. Some of these brothers is not in gangs. They always complain about gangs. Brothers fighting each other. But if you try to start a corporation with them, they would act just like the gang. What questions should blacks ask one another going into business? What questions is needed? The business got its own questions. So what questions you got to ask? The business got its own questions. Even the small business. If we're going to sell incense, we ain't asking no questions. We're going to find the cheapest incense sticks. We're going to find the oils. We're going to dip the sticks. We're going to find the bags. We're going to bag them up. We're going to sell them. What question? What question? There is no question. There's just decisions to be made. There's no question. There's decisions. Where are we going to get the bag from? Where can we get the sticks bolts? There's no questions in business. You just get together and do it. Business already's got a way it's got to be done. There's nothing to question. In business, there's nothing to question. Because there's only a certain way you can do the business. There's not no whole lot of different ways to do the business. There's not a billion ways to open a restaurant. There's only one way to open a restaurant. What question? What? There's no big questions about the food because certain food gonna sell and first certain food ain't. So it ain't no okay. That's not hard. It's either gonna sell or it's not. Business is not necessarily trial and error because it's already people doing the business you're doing. Business is professionalism and investment, basically. Professionalism and investment, basically. If you want to open a burger shop, if you make that burger good and you put that shop up, they coming to get it. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. They coming. As soon as it's open. As soon as it's open, they coming. And the only way you're gonna lose business if it's nasty, you're not keeping the place clean, you don't make the burger the same way every time, stuff like that. Other than that, buy low, sell high. Sunday never teaches. Business, buy low, sell high. Every store you go to, they bought that stuff low and they sell it to you high. Go to the grocery store. The grocery store don't make all them products in there. They buy them products, they put them on them shelves, and you buy them. The when you go to a tire shop, they don't make the Goodyear tires. They don't make the Uniroyal tires. They order them and they sell it. It's real simple. And the business is based off of demand. So you find out what the demand, and then you feel the demand. What they do have is they work together and they don't get distracted on arguments and discussions and debates that have nothing to do with the business. They don't waste their time with unnecessary discussions. And they don't buck. See, with the black man, I can get with 5 black men and say, we're going to do this. We're going to sell these shirts. Anybody got suggestions on what kind of shirts? A lot of times, the suggestions will be real weak, right? So then you say, okay, we're going to sell these shirts, these shirts, these shirts. Now the energy is up to go against it. So the energy is low for the suggestion. But when you make the suggestion, now it's like, well, why they got to be these shirts? Can't we do this? Can't we do? Wait a minute. I thought I asked you originally what you want to do. You didn't say nothing. I said, do this. Now you say, but can we do this? Wait a minute. Why you didn't say that when I asked for the original? See, because you don't care about the shirts. You want to compete. There is no professionalism because you ain't going to get the shit off the ground. See, listen, everybody's jumping ahead, saying it need to be professional, it need to be this. But the first thing it needs to be is unity. There is no business if you don't work together. So the idea on what you need with the business has nothing to do with getting the business going. You can't get the business going, is my point. You don't have what it takes to do business. You don't have it. The foundational black man does not have what it takes to go in business with each other. Way before you get to how to do the business, you don't have it. You don't have what it takes to sell tires and compete with another tire company. You don't have that. What you have is to compete with the people you work with. That your competition is with the fellow employees, and you don't have the mindset to put this together. If you had the mindset to compete, you would get along because you'd all be trying to put this together to compete. But the foundational black man, you compete with your partners. You don't have the mindset to compete with the other business. You ain't on that. The black man in America, you don't have the mind to put a business together, compete with somebody. You have the mindset to compete with the people you put in the business with. That's how you is. That's how you are. That is exactly how you are. All your competition is with the people trying to put the business together. You have no business sense to compete with the opposing company. Hell no. All your competition is with the people you try to put the business with. The business never get off the ground because you can't put this together and then compete with this. You compete. That's who you compete with. With trying to put the business together. That's where your slave mentality is at. To compete with the people trying to put the business together. Other people, they don't do that because their mindset is to put together and they think about compete with somebody else. You're not thinking about compete with nobody else. You're thinking about why we gotta do it like this, why we gotta do it like that, why he say that, why he do that, why he the boss, why he sick. That's easy, get up there. That's you. So the only way businessmen like me can do something together is we just have to do it by ourselves. I ain't got time to play with you. I can do bad by my dammy. I could do bad by myself. I ain't gonna argue with me. We don't got no own. We don't got no own. LeBron ain't got no own. He played for the white man. Even the picture you got don't represent our own. We don't got no own. So you don't understand what I'm saying. How you gonna do for your own when you don't got no own? Name me 5 burger places. Name me 2 black burger places that compete with McDonald's and Burger King. Name me one. Name me a burger place across the country that you can put in the same sentence with Burger King and McDonald's that's black. Name me an automobile in America that you can compare to Cadillac and Buick. Name me a black sneaker that can compare, or a sneaker sales. Name me somebody that sells sneakers that could compare to Champs and Foot Locker. What's the name of yours? We ain't got shit, bro. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got. Jordan don't own that. Jordan is working with Nike. Everybody know that. Jordan is an off branch from Nike, where Nike gave him a still Nike. Jordan's is still Nike. They just calling them Jordans, but them is Nikes. I just said them is Nikes. That's what I'm trying to tell you, LeBron. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And what I'm trying to talk about is we don't have, I'm trying to help us create the mentality to do that. It's not about getting it done, it's about the mentality to get it done. I know a couple of brothers that design Nikes, design Jordans. I know a couple of brothers that design Jordans from Chicago. So that's not all the way true because I know one brother personally that designs Jordans. But my point is, this is why people don't respect us because we don't have the unified competitive mentality. See, the others have the mentality of unified competing. And that's something that we got to develop with foundational Black Americans. We don't have that part. We don't have the professionalism and calmness to get together and stay on subject and, and do something. And it's not just jealousy, it's also the Black man has been a slave so long, he does not have a business mindset. A business mindset is calm. A business mindset focuses here. It doesn't focus back here. It's a certain way your mind got to be. So let me give you an example. Let's say you want to start a business yourself, right? Give you a perfect example. Let's say either one of y'all want to start a business. What you going to do? You're going to sit down. You're going to start figuring out how you want your logo, how you want your design, what you want to make, right? Now, you're not going to beef with yourself, right? Right? If LeBron James starts a business or he wants to, there's nobody to beef with, right, LeBron? So you're going to smoothly work it out. Now, you have to be able to do it just like that with 5 people. You have to have 5 people and be able to put it together the same way as if you did it by yourself. When you do it by yourself, you don't argue amongst yourself. So now, if it's 5 of us, we got to act like one. We can't act like it's you and then me and that. So the same way that you would work by yourself to start a business, this is how the Black man in America got to work together, like you're one already, right? So let me give you an example. So I want to come out with a shoe. I say, I make a logo. And then I look at the logo, I'm like, I don't like that so much. Okay. Check it out, LeBron. So when I look at it and say I don't like that so much, that's me being 2 different people, right? So I got to be able to be the same way I agree with myself, I don't like it that much. I have to be the same way if True Breeze or LeBron say, I don't like that so much. So they are basically another part of my mind. We one mind. So it's no difference in you saying you don't like it that much than me designing and saying I don't like it that much. What's the difference? You see what I'm trying to show y'all? What's the difference? And me making something, look at it saying, I gotta do something like it. And then True Breeze saying, I don't like it. It's the same thing. So now me, LeBron, Ant, and True Breeze, when we start a company, we got to be one computer chip. It's like we're one chip. And everybody is the same mind. So your decision is like my decision. It's not like it's two different decisions. It's like that we one brain and a part of my brain don't like it. So why would I get mad if you don't like it? And then in your mind, you're not going to pretend, this side of your brain ain't going to pretend it don't like it because this side came up with it. But in life, you'll pretend you don't like it just because he made it up. So you got to be to the point like you one brain. If I decide I don't like nothing I created, the creative side of me can't get mad at the other side of me and say, Pharaoh, you stupid. What you mean you don't like it, right? So I got to be the same way when you don't like it, but you got to be honest. You can't say you don't like it just because it's me. You got to say you don't like it so we can sell this bad boy. And that's what the black man don't got. You can't just say you don't like it just because I made it. You got to look at it and see, is this really going to sell for real? And then if you really feel like this ain't going to sell, I got to listen to you. I can't look at you as a different person. We got to look at this as a group. We got to look at this and say, which one y'all think gonna sell the best? That's how I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna get out. I don't give a damn what you say. Put all of it on tape. I'm looking at it all. And mine ain't gonna necessarily be the best. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not going my way and lose no money. I am not going to insist to do it my way when your way is better. We trying to make some money. Man, I like this one. This one better than the one I came with. It ain't going to sell like this. Yeah, the one I came in with. No, this. The hell with mine. Okay, that's a business. I throwing mine in the garbage real quick. Pop. I'm not going to make mine be the best. Hell no. You can't make no money like that. That's where black man got. If he get there, we ready to rock and roll. I'm not going to pick mine just because I made it. If you know anything about me, anybody tell you he ain't lying. They're going to tell you Pharaoh ain't lying. He going to pick the hot one. Because I wouldn't just buy mine and it's uglier than yours. Why would I still buy mine? I'm going to buy I'm going to wear this one that you made. If I had to pick between the one I designed and yours, I'm buying these. Yeah, I'm buying these. I don't give a damn who made them up. That's how you got to be in business. You have to be 100% clean and honest, and you can't be competing with your fellow employees because y'all competing with them. We can't beat them if we competing with us. This where the black man losing at. The black man competing with the black man. He ain't competing with the Asian. He ain't competing with the white. He too busy bumping heads. While they're saying, yeah, I like that model. Let's run with Jimmy's model. Good job, Jimmy. Ooh, that's nice, Jimmy. That's really nice, Jimmy. That's how they gonna get out. If that shoe cold, the white man, the Asian man, they're gonna be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's what they're gonna say. Because they see the bread. All they know is how's the customer gonna look at it? They look at it. Oh, the customer definitely don't like this one right here. He not gonna be like mine. Because it's not yours, it's a business. It's not yours. You're not trying to sell yours. You're trying to sell shoes. You don't give a damn who designed them. So now let's say you make a perfect shoe. It's cold. And one day, one of the other employees come with your shoe with a different way they laced up. And it is your shoe with the different lace. We supposed to be like, oh. So now we finna change that one because what he came with is fire. This look, whoa. It takes maturity. No, it takes money. You want money. You want money. It takes money. You want money. Yeah, it takes money. You want money. You want money. You want the one gonna sell. You try to make money. Yeah, whichever one gonna sell. The one gonna sell, that's the one we want. And you don't want to invest in nothing. You don't want to make nothing that ain't gonna sell. Why would I want to make my way that ain't gonna sell and your way gonna fly off the shelf? Because with business, the customer is always right. So now in business, I can't think what I like. I gotta think what the customer gonna like. So I gotta look at all the different designs and say which one the customer gonna like. And many times we'll take it out and ask other people. Everybody take this home. Don't let nobody get a copy. Ask your kids and come back tomorrow. And everybody come back and say, my kids say this. Don't tell them which one you made. Don't say, Daddy designed this one, because now your kids might cheat. Don't tell them nothing. Everybody take all these designs. Don't say who made what design. And let's ask our kids which one they like. Because I ain't trying to come out with mine if it sucks. I'm going to tell you straight up. And my son said they like yours. And all my kids say yours. We trying to get money. Okay, this man in the garbage. Quick. Hey, this business. I don't care nothing about math. I'm trying to get money. I don't care about that. I don't care who designed the best shoe. How many we finna sell? Period. When the black man get like that, now you can compete with the white man. Everybody, that's why nobody outdoing the white man but the Chinese man. Because the white man, he going with the best. Period. He don't give a damn whose best it is. And the Chinese man too. They calling everybody in there, come in. Which one you like the best? That's how they doing it. That one. There it is. That's it. They're not going to tell you, I made this one. He made that one. He made that one. Hell no. Come in. Look at these. Which one y'all think is the best? That one? Everybody said that one? Okay. Take those other ones down. take them other ones down. We try to get money. It's just like when you're in the street, whoever got the best, that's what you finna buy. What the customers want. It's not the mind is not money making. It's not a money making mentality. It's not a money making mentality. In money making, it's basically the customer. That what you did is totally irrelevant in business. And in business, are they gonna like the sandwich? We don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? That's it. This the sandwich you want to sell. Is it going to sell? Because in business, it's always about the customer. Because you're trying to off the product. You're trying to sell the product or the service. So our business is from an external point of view. It's never from internal. It's always outwardly. Because you into sales or you into service, which is still sales. You selling your service. So when you into sales ain't personal. Sales are based on the population. So sales is external. because the people that's going to buy are external. They're not internal. And so for us to go in business, that's how the black man got to have an external mindset. What are you going to provide for the world? And what could you develop from the world, which we could do real great? But man, let me tell you something. There ain't nobody would have a better, we would put PlayStation and Xbox out of business. Facts. Let me tell you. The foundational black America would put PlayStation and Xbox out of business. They watching us trying to come up with ideas based on how we function. They wouldn't be able to compete with us with no video game. Ain't no way in the world. We not perpetual child like people. Look, let me tell y'all something. I'm glad you said that. This is the facts. This is the facts. You are not childlike people. Foundational Black Americans got to realize that you did not get free until 1970. You a baby, but not childlike in terms of being slow. You just getting opportunity. You've had no opportunity until right now. You've had no opportunity to have cars or nothing until now. Just do the math. You wasn't free until I was 12 years old. It's just your time to get in the game. You right on time. If you get in the game now, you're right on time. You're right where you're supposed to be. You got everything in your court. Think about it. 20 years ago, could you have corporate meetings on the internet? Now we can have a corporate meeting live on YouTube. Tell me I'm lying. We could be on YouTube soliciting sales and everything on YouTube. You never could do that before. Now, just let this sink in. Imagine if a bunch of black people got on and started a YouTube channel and was live streaming about starting a company and was talking about certain plans offline so nobody could steal them, but talking about the birth of it and all that. You know how big it'll be by the time the product is ready? The whole goddamn world will be waiting on it because they're watching us. They'll watch us on YouTube. And we can use YouTube as a commercial, and the whole birth of the product could be a whole big YouTube commercial. So by the time it drops, how many will sell? Like I said before, give a perfect example. Let's say we come up with a lemonade. We got a lemonade, right? So we're going to come out with this lemonade. So we got the ingredients, the label, the bottles, and everything. Now, let's say we go have somebody manufacture the lemonade, but they send the lemonade to all of us. So imagine if all of us had the lemonade for sale. How much would we sell? It's 117 people watching. If 117 of us had that lemonade and all y'all different cities and stuff, how much would we sell the first week? We'll end up with factories everywhere. We'll have factories everywhere in 3 months. In 3 months, we'll be in 3 months. In 3 months, we'll have real production teams everywhere. You can't mess it up because we mailing it to you. You got your license and everything. You're a part of the corporation. You're official. So you can't put up no bootleg website because we can just have it shut down. So all of us, imagine all of us sending people to the same website. Imagine 117 of us telling everybody to go to this website, everybody go to this store where Lenny live, this store where Healthy Heavyweight live, this store where Ant live in his city. Everybody, just think about all y'all city got the lemonade the same day. How much you'll sell? We'll be trillionaires. We'll sell more lemonade than anybody, period. Minute Maid, another, or we'd be overnight trillionaires. Overnight. Overnight. It'd be the number one lemonade in the world. Everybody be talking about the lemonade company that started on YouTube, which is great advertising. Let that sink in. So we got the whole world in our hand. We just got to eliminate nuts, and those of us that's about something, just make it happen. That's all. So all these people talking down on us, we could use that. We could use that for motivation. Think about that. I've been talking about that. I've been telling people that. YouTube is the biggest. If you got a bunch of people on YouTube start a business, whatever they start going to launch, and we was making women's panties, we'll sell 1 trillion of them. Whatever we make, because it's a bunch, and everybody start copying. Everybody start copying our model. Because whatever product we come to will immediately be in everybody's city immediately. You ain't got to worry about distribution. You ain't got to worry about all that. You ain't got to worry about all that. And then by having one location, everybody just having them go to the website and order it. And then we got the place that's sending out the orders. We don't even have to do nothing. All we have to do is have it manufactured, have it in the warehouse, right? And then give them the website, order it here. And we all send them to order it. And it'll just be overnight. So right now it would be advertised by 123 people. Now, and then you going back, putting it on all your Facebooks where there's other people, on all your Instagrams where there's some other people that over here. So millions of people see it overnight. And you instantly in the game. And now all these Asians talking crazy and all these Hispanics talking crazy. You can make fools out of them. Just like that. By just working together and becoming professional business people. Because business people don't beef. In business, we don't beef. We just get the dollar. We don't beef. Beef be a lot of times be some stupid stuff. Y'all ain't never seen like arguments like people didn't fell out. What they be them fell out? What Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent fall out over? Nothing. Floyd could have humbled himself and worked with 50, and where would he be now with 50 and them two together? Floyd he couldn't read well and stuff. He should have let 50 guide him. 50 was trying to guide him. Now we see he should have listened to 50. Bro, how you got 50 Cent helping you and you don't listen? Make some sense. The man been dropping big companies from the day he got into rap. What the hell is wrong with Floyd? When you know you illiterate, that's not a problem if you just admit it. You have to admit your shortcomings. You can't pretend. If I go into business, I'm going to deal with my shortcomings and we're going to use what you got that I don't got. Duh. I don't got what you got. I got what I got. You got what you got. You got what you got. I'm not going to try to pretend we don't need what you got when you got something I don't got. Like us men, there's some women got that ain't none of us men got. We just don't got it. We ain't women. And there's things that women can do for a business to take it that we wouldn't do. They gonna take it to the moon. We're gonna take it to Mars. They're gonna take it to Jupiter, Venus. The more the merrier. They're gonna bring the female aspect into the game and help the whole situation. Everybody got something to bring to the table. Why wouldn't you take advantage of the other person that's bringing something to the table? I don't know. But I know we need to stop spinning with everybody because they ain't got no damn respect for us. I know that. Foundational Black Americans, we need to cut back as much as possible. We got to spend with some people, but we need to cut that shit back for the rest of 2026 and all of 2027. We need to cut back how much we spending with. We cannot let these people keep disrespecting us because we want to keep spending money with them. We want to keep having fun. We got to make them feel the pain. If you see how these people talking about us over this situation with this Asian and talking about us like y'all got it, y'all ain't own nothing, y'all got to spend with us. Man, it ain't no way you black people should let that slide. And with all this stuff with the war and Trump, we need to shut down the money, shut it down. And shut it down. Shut it down. I already told people I know. I'm shutting it down. So if you're a woman and you're trying to holler with me, we're not doing all that this year. It's shut down. Because the economy is not popping. It don't take a rocket scientist to know. If you ever was going to sit the hell down and save every penny, tell me it's not right now. Look, y'all tell me right now if this don't look like the vibe to save money. Tell me it don't look like vacation trip is canceled. Because this is, unless I'm tripping, this economy don't look like we might wake up one day and it just fall. This economy look like next month it could be over with. Listen, this economy look like we could wake up one day and it's a message in your email saying YouTube is no longer monetizing. Am I lying? Am I lying? This economy don't look like you could wake up, all the content creators wake up and YouTube say they're not monetizing because everybody views then went down. Ain't nobody getting notifications. By the time you get notifications, I'll been on an hour. Everybody talking about they going to Kick. Why is all the YouTubers going to Kick? Cause y'all don't see the YouTubers like switching up. I mean, you better open your eyes. Y'all don't see things is switching up. Like, you don't see it? You don't see how long the blockade and what's going on in Iran. You don't see how long that's dragging out. I got friends that work selling clothing and all type of stuff. You don't see, they ain't selling no clothes like that. Them sales been down for the last 3 months. Next time you go in Whole Foods or something, just look how many people in there. It ain't that many. If you open up your eyes, you're gonna see less people in Whole Food, and you're gonna see it. I got to just open your eyes. You're gonna see stores closing left and right. They didn't close. They closed almost all the Walgreens in Chicago. They not closing Walgreens where you at? You ain't seen all the Walgreens they closing across the country? They closing Walgreens left and right. You don't see y'all don't see all the celebrity multimillionaires broke. Y'all ain't noticed they broke. That they was hiding they broke, but now they can't hide it. Like y'all don't see how many multimillionaires is broke. Broke. Y'all don't see all these women coming out suing these dudes for sexual stuff? Broke. Y'all don't see Cassie left so nobody could get her money? Man, open your eyes. When you go in this, listen, man, and when you go like over 6 months now, I told y'all this about 6, 7 months ago, that I went in Whole Foods and they had rearranged everything, right? So next time you go in Whole Foods, look, they moved everything around. You know why they moved everything on the shelves and stuff around? That way you can't notice what products is gone. Because if they keep the aisles the same way, you'll go in the aisle and say, where is this? Where is that? So they moved everything on some totally different aisles so that you can't see how many products is gone. A lot of Whole Food products that be sold went out of business. A lot of companies that sold products in Whole Foods went out of business. Certain crackers, certain candy, certain cereal went out of, it's gone. Gone. I go look. Where's that olive oil I always bought? They don't got it. They don't carry it no more. Where that salad dressing I always bought? They don't carry it. Where? Gone. I went in Whole Foods and they had took everything out of the freezer and put pizzas in there, and Whole Foods did not sell no pizzas. It was pizza boxes. I said, what the hell's going on? I ain't lying. Pizza boxes. Watch. Look. Look. Whole Foods do not sell pizza, bruh. They moved everything from that side and they lost so many products that they unified everything on that side to behind me. And they didn't want the refrigerators to look open. So they filled them with a whole bunch of pizza boxes. And they don't sell pizzas in boxes. But they couldn't leave them freezers empty. I swear to God, look again. You, you see how they stack some of them up so it's the same ones to make it look full? When you know Whole Foods, they have whole freezers of pizza boxes. When? Look, look. When you know them, they don't sell pizzas, man. Look, look. You see in the middle? You see the white ones with the red? And then look over to the next one. You see the white ones with the red? Right? The same pizza boxes. Why they spread them out like that? If you go from your left, you're going to see one rectangle, two rectangles. Look at the third rectangle. You're going to see half of one, then another one. Then look at the third rectangle. You're going to see these white boxes in the middle with the red. Then look at the very next one. You're going to see them again up on the shelf higher. Why they didn't put them all on? Why they spread them out like that? To make it look like they got something in there. And they ain't got nothing. Look. And guess what? We know pizzas, right? Never seen that pizza company before a day in my life. It was some bootleg pizza company, too, that I never seen before. And in the middle of the floor, they had boxes and boxes of these bootleg pizzas. Which means it's products missing. What used to be in them freezers? They went out of business. Whatever used to be in there went out of business. And that's a lot of out of business, ain't it? Where the whole thing is empty and they had to move the little bit left over this side and go buy a new product and just throw it in there any kind of way to make it look like it's something there. And whatever they had, it never came back. It never came back. So I'm finna end this, but I'm telling Foundational Black Americans, listen, the gig is up. We got to stop playing. I'm telling you, man, we have to get together. The black man, the black woman, she in. The black man gonna have to stop arguing and being petty and trolling each other. And gonna have to get together like men and make something happen for our people. And we're gonna have to do for self. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, if the black man don't roll his sleeves up and get it together, look how these people talking us crazy. Look how these Asians is talking to us crazy after that man shot that baby for a bottle of water. And they like the hell with y'all. So it's FBAs versus everybody. I'm telling you. You better see the writing on the wall. We own our own. We don't got nobody care about us. All the uppity blacks that's making money, that's gonna laugh at this or take it for, they all gonna lose their jobs in the next few months. All them blacks that's in corporate America making that money, that'll look down on us and say, nah, we gotta work with the Asians. Watch what I told you. They finna pull the rug from under them. They rearranging the voting, everything. They taking away your votes. They taking away your rights. They taking away your politicians. They redistricting everything. And they got military walking around in California right now, boots on the ground, walking around, some type of military training. It's as if they said, okay, ICE ain't big enough, bring in the real army. I'm just saying. You better think about what's going on. It ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. So y'all better wake up. Victory.